Welcome to the Core Collective Podcast. My co-host, Clay Wood.
Hello.
Patrick Booth.
Heyo.
And the man you can't see, Brandon.
Hello.
And myself, Jeff Bullard. It has been too long, my friends. I'm glad to be back, excited to be back. I've missed Clix, and these guys have been bugging me to do a podcast. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let me get off my ass and get back to this. I just want to say I've gone through a lot of changes in the past year, because I want to say it's probably been over a year since we've recorded, right?
Yeah.
It's been over a year.
Are we sure that's Brandon? I really thought that was John Cena, by the way.
Dude,
probably.
Yeah.
You can't see me.
Sorry.
I would prefer Danhausen. Because if
but
you're
we
not
don't
a
have enough
Fanhausen,
human monies to get him on.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but we could probably
We have enough
subsidize
for
with Brandon's
John
teeth.
Cena. What? What are we
I'm
talking
sure.
about?
Yo, you don't know about Danhausen?
No.
He
What was he
pours.
on for that?
He pours. No, he's pop culture right now in wrestling. He pours human teeth in his opponent's mouth.
Oh, that's,
So
He does shoot that.
That's something, all right. Okay.
Huh.
So back to point is I've had a couple job changes in the past couple year. Personally, went from going to full-time job to being laid off from that full-time job, and now I just do my store. I sell trading cards, anime figures, different things. I go to a bunch of different shows. If you guys still follow the social media, you see all the posts that I do. But that's what's been going on with me. I kind of have a little more grasp of the whole schedule change and new lifestyle, so I'm ready to dive back in and do some more Click stuff. Who wants to go next on what's been going on the past year?
I guess I'll go. Well, I've been getting a lot of promotions at work recently. I'm in charge of
Congrats.
several clinics now out here in Las Vegas and California. I appreciate working with all the children that I help every day. Outside of that, PhD will be done come December. So, heck yeah on that one.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Congrats.
Outside of that, my relationship with Sarah's been going really good. And I'm still trying to get Jeff and Clay to move down to Vegas because it's better than California.
I don't disagree with income tax.
Someday there will be a big earthquake and California will fall off into the ocean, and then Vegas will become beachfront real estate, and then I might move there.
Yeah. How many days do you go to the beach, buddy? A week.
I went last week, and I'll probably go maybe tomorrow, or I don't know. You could surf this week. Surf's up, man.
Dude, I feel like
you hang
Clay,
10
when
real hard.
I feel like when you were at your other house, I felt like you went a couple times a week either surfing or you would just run down to the beach.
My wife goes frequently.
Yeah, so
I
he
like
goes.
to surf. I do go.
Okay.
I
He's
mean,
got a
I'm
legitimate
not
excuse.
a great surfer, but I do like to surf.
Hey, that's all that matters. All right, who's next?
There you go.
Nothing's really happening with me, to be honest. I'm kind of chilling. Just got out of school for the semester about a week ago, so everything's going there. I got one more semester before I graduate. So
Nice.
How are
Pretty
you
good.
spending the summer?
chilling for the most part. Try to convince Jeff to maybe go to Atomic Comics and play some clicks once here over the summer.
We'll see. Depends on the dates.
So
I think Clay said the event was the weekend that I'm working down there.
Yeah, I think I have more events, surely.
All right, so you're gonna work the booth for me, and then I get to go play clicks. Is what you're telling me, Brandon?
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate your sacrifice, my friend.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, have you defeated SpongeBob yet?
Yeah, SpongeBob's been in the grave for a while, actually.
All right, good. That our yellow sponge was tough to get through.
Put him-
Hopefully you
put
get
him
that
where he
nose job
belongs.
you need.
No, I don't need the nose job.
All right, Mr. Wood, what
that
has
leaves me.
transpired with you, my friend?
Yeah, man, I'm just, still working on HC units a lot. And, there's probably been a whole myriad of changes that, I've spent time on that I can't even remember what I've done. But yeah, just going to the big tournaments. There's Origins coming up. Excited about that.
Are
Did
you flying
H
out?
for H, did Origins, or sorry, did CCO, and it was a lot of fun.
Florida, right? CCO is Florida.
Yep. Florida,
Yeah.
CCO, and then Nashville was H for H.
Nice.
And
Did you make
Columbus.
it out
Yep. Yep.
there? Okay.
So
Cool. Well, I look
got
forward to
to
hearing some stories about that
see
later.
all the see all the controversial stuff. Experience it firsthand. It was great.
Oh, jeez.
Lovely, lovely.
Well, that's what makes this all interesting, right? All right. Well, controversy besides the point. You've been doing okay though. You're good. Everyone's good.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I've just been trying to rebuild that collection, start playing more.
There you go.
Ooh, I may have something nice for you then. I just acquired a very old collection.
Oh, interesting.
It's several old chases in there.
How did you acquire said collection?
A friend of mine was in need, and he decided to swap his old collection for some money so he could, do what he needed to do.
Get that human monies.
Get that human monies, man. I've been trying to pay off Danhausen so he can curse someone for me. And if you're listening, you know who you are.
Apparently Patrick has an arch nemesis, so you guys better watch out for yourselves.
Several.
He's coming for
Several.
Oh.
Several.
Oh boy. All right. So one of the big things that got me interested back into the podcast is all the changes that happened in HeroClix, because I've been trying to get back into the scene myself. I've been playing more. Brandon's been seeing me build some teams, having fun, like dusting off the dice and rolling some bones here. So as I'm getting into it, all of a sudden all these changes happen. So there's a lot of new bans and erratas that have transpired.
Which sounds like a lot of headaches for Clay, and that's why he's going a little grayer.
This round wasn't so bad. The map menu thing caught me by surprise, but actually, I've been working with WizKids on the strength of schedule change, and so that was, I think.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, straightforward.
Yes, we can.
Cool. All right, so you guys can take your own time to read it. If you guys go to, doesn't look like I can change out of the screen, but you can go to the Facebook WizKids HeroClix and find the links there. But basically, they changed Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk, the Gauntlet Spider-Man, Loki Sorcerer Supreme, and Prime Venom. They all had these traits that they could be damaged by themselves, or you could damage yourself and basically trigger these game effects. You guys understand the whole jargon, but now they change it to only be damaged by opposing effects. For you guys of playing, how do you think that really changes? Do you think that's better for the game? Are you annoyed you can't control your figures?
So, I got a good answer for this one. So I've been playing with all these figures for the past couple months. So I think the easiest answer is this is an adjustment to where the figure was designed to be, which is good, right? Because a lot of our community, I know you're all listening out there, we're all trying to find the best way of getting a buck and winning an event by a gotcha moment. Well, unfortunately, when a designer tries to make a figure, they forget to put some words in there. We got a lot of rules lawyers out there. It's not a bad thing to be a rules lawyer, but we shouldn't be abusing things, right? And hey, man, my rule has always been if you can abuse it, you abuse it until the wheels fall off or someone makes an errata or a rule change. And this is where we caught up with. Honestly, out of the four of them, only one that really, in my opinion, gets really, I'll use the word screwed over is probably Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh, he's so bad now. He's horrible.
He's horrible now. He's unplayable, I think is a nice way of saying it.
Oh, that's garbage.
He's garbage now. Unfortunately, what it means for Spider-Man is no one's going to touch that guy if you put him on your team. And if you try and do the Mac Gargan way of doing it, you got to heal him above that click, not to that click to get him out now. When it comes to Loki Sorcerer Supreme, again, no one's going to touch that guy. They're going to leave him till last because no one's silly enough to lose their, special powers by hitting him. And Venom, I don't mind him doing it. I never understood why he was so crazy. He did get an additional errata that it has to be a standard friendly character, so you cannot blow up your Doc Ock arms to generate real pointed figures. But even if you did that, I think Venom is the only one that came out of this kind of unscathed because he's still good. And a person who plays a Sinister Syndicate team, this guy allows your guys to play as if they were in the comic books. They play very aggressive. They want to get out there. They want to do the damage, keep the guys alive. They give them all extra powers and sacrifice the guys that don't. And then just keep pulling more guys out. So I think he's okay, but he's not like a tier 1 figure anyway.
I have a different opinion. I think Loki is now the best of the bunch.
Okay.
Mainly because I think he is such an offensive threat because of his free mind control when he's in stealth. So like top dial, he is the best of all those figures. Like he is actually still a big threat. And then on top of that, now, yes, you don't want to punch him. And so that creates quite the conundrum for your opponent.
So you're saying
because he is such a threat to attack.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So maybe if people want to play him, you got to soup him up to the point where it's like, I got to do something about this guy.
But I think generally the changes are good. Yeah, I mean, like Spirit of Vengeance is absolutely worthless now. I think the silly thing about this change is like even when you like, if you do the thing where if you kill their pilot and then it causes them to take a click of damage, well, you don't get another pilot.
Yeah, you don't get another pilot.
Yeah, so once I realized that, I was like, oh, he's boo-boo garbage. Like, they should have at least made it with the errata that's still a thing. Like, you can get at least all your pilots. Because if you get all your pilots at least at one point without, whatever, it's fine. But, yeah, they neutered him too much. It's like, I was telling Ryder, I was like, they Jakeemed him.
Yep. They definitely did Jakeen him.
Yeah, so all the old players out there understand.
We don't need to have 1x2 reds on our team anymore. Woo! No more elevation.
Yeah, 1x2 elevated to stop him from spawning stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, I think he had his time in the sun. He had plenty of time to be a useful character. Really long,
yeah.
And wasn't he rotating this year anyway?
He was.
Yeah.
You know what else is also rotating this year that I didn't see on this list that I was a little sad about?
Beetlejuice? You mean the thing that hey, I love you, WizKids. I know you're listening out there. You're one of my favorite people. I've been with you guys for over 20 years, riding hard. But we really got to listen to the community sometimes because I feel like you did that with the rest of this list. But I feel like you're ignoring Beetlejuice for a reason. I ain't going to call you out on it. We know what it is.
Is it because he's still in warehouse?
And I didn't say that. And I just feel like we need to do something. Like, just because otherwise what you have just created in this environment is everyone main boarding Juice, or you're not playing free actions. And I know you guys want to speed up the game, but that's just, you're just limiting the game now at this point. And if you guys made these choices to make the game better, you need to do something about him. I don't know what it is.
I will say the counter argument to that is a lot of players say that Beetlejuice is extremely killable, and he's a very easy 100 points if you set your team up for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can kill a Beetlejuice, but I can't kill the other teams. So great, we're back to rock, paper, scissors.
I think Beetlejuice is like, I don't really think he's an issue. I'll be honest. Like, I think he's a challenge to play well, both on the sideline and the main force. Like even if you sideline him and bring him in, it's actually challenging to keep him out and effective while still dealing with all of the damage that he's dealing to your own team. Unless you play Loki, but then you're tied into using Loki, and Loki's a fine character. He brings stuff to the team, but he also, he costs points, right? So like,
they did remove all the ways that Beetlejuice can just kind of give that free damage to people, right? Minus Loki, because all the butterflies are gone.
That's right. That's right.
Yes,
he was egregiously broken when he first came out, and
for sure.
Unless you build a team that is all giants or better, because then he can't target anyone for it.
That is true.
Because they're not standard characters.
Yeah. So then
so
that's what I'm saying. Is like, there really are. There's a real cost. There's a real challenge keeping him out there, and he is very killable if you bring him in on the wrong click. Like, if you have some bad luck and you roll a 5 or 6, he's not hard to put down.
You are correct, and I agree with you for sideline Beetlejuice. Right.
So I actually think main force Juice is totally balanced too. He's 100 points. It's a third of your build.
You're gonna have to dump extra stuff in to pump him up, right?
Correct. Because I was gonna say, if you could not attach anything to him, I would agree with you. But there's a thing called Animal Man out there that you can attach to him, and there's all these sideline things that you can boost and save him around. Does your team last, let's say, the 3 to 4 turns that it takes to kill him? And does your opponent get more than 100 points? That's the catch, right? And I think the problem with Beetlejuice is not the fact that he's unkillable. It's the fact that he causes a poor gaming experience, which is one thing that WizKids has been saying that they've been trying to improve.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
I just
the
think
problem.
the definition of poor gaming experience is
It's subjective.
the eye of the beholder, and like
Correct.
I happen to think that a spot meta is worse than a Beetlejuice meta,
and that is a fair
or
point.
even worse, a Cable Prime meta.
Correct. I'm
Because
gonna say
if
these are all
Juice is
fair
gone, Cable is everywhere. Like, and
you have
you
the
really
same
want to be
points as the
taking like
Sinister,
4
and he's
damage
trash.
pulse wave. What's that?
Sinister's trash though, and you need to play a Sinister for that. And that the good Sinister rotates out this year too.
I don't think Chase Sinister is that bad.
He is not the greatest.
No, he's not the greatest, but I think he's playable for what you want to do with Prime
50s
Cable.
left.
He's not a worthless 50 points.
Yeah, he spawns with guys. Got
But
all the
the
powers.
reason why you like him so much is because you have Emperor, whatever you want to call him, Sinister from the Gala, who's really hard to kill.
I mean,
But my point,
you know,
my point
Either
though, my counterpoint
Beetlejuice
is
or not, let's get back to our watch list results.
Okay.
All right. Another watch list friend that got nipped a bit was our Tri-Sentinel. So they changed it once per turn for all characters with this power. I still feel like he's really strong. He's going to hold value. He's going to still, 15 points, right?
Yeah.
Solid 15 points on any mystical team.
He's definitely
9 range guy. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
It just prevents people from hoarding the legacy cards, I feel like, at this point, because I'm sure someone out there, we know who we're talking about, said they were going to like buy 30 of these guys or however many and just do a whole 300-point team of them.
To genuinely, I don't think there's a lot. Like, we opened a decent amount of Strange Tales, and I think I pulled one, or no, Ryder pulled it in League. And did Mike get one?
Yeah, Mike has one.
Yeah, so
we only have 2 at the
I think
store.
they counted like CCO. I think they opened 100 bricks or something like that, 100, 150 bricks, and I believe there were 2 pulled the entire weekend.
I pulled 2.
Insane.
You personally pulled 2? Wow,
I have
that's
2 of them
impressive.
right now. Yep.
Wow. Someone's
So which means I have one for trade.
Well done.
I mean, like, you can still play multiples, because if they just kill one, you still have 2.
Well, and,
Yeah,
and,
that's
the, the damage done by
breaking terrain
is still there as well. So.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah. All right, Copycat. I feel
this was unnecessary.
I think I agree.
I don't know.
Unnecessary.
I get.
Did she have like a
15,
3 range?
3 range, but I
Three
get
range,
it. She was
right?
pretty much on every team. So, ironically, everyone was building. A lot of people were building 285 teams, right? Because Copycat was just automatic go on. Bystander doesn't break theme.
Sure.
When it was Scott Porter's doing 250-point teams, no one cared. But Copycat gets it. I get it. It's cool.
And like the thing I liked about her is she made teams that did not have powers get powers, which is unfortunate that they did this to her. I felt like this was unnecessary. But their answer is to make things more streamlined and easier, which is a good reason to do this to her, because when you're in an area of 3 and there's like 10 guys around you, what powers does she have? It's hard to keep track.
She's like all the powers. Yeah, no,
she does
for sure.
Their rationale made sense.
I think she was really good, but like she was also like hard to use, right? Positioning wise, like you needed to be within 3 of a character with a power you wanted, and then that power you wanted still needed to be usable as well. Like prob, you need to be within 3 of a prob, but then within 4 of your line of fire and all that. And then like as the enemy team gets closer, sure, you get those powers, but now she's closer to the enemy and it's easier to kill her. She's like might have a reducer, she might not, she probably will. So
yeah,
she's not like insane. She's really strong, but she's definitely killable and like easy killable in a lot of ways. You could just like pulse wave her or do one penetrating. She's got a lot of free actions, right, from things that she copies. So I think there's a lot of ways to get rid of her that I don't think this was necessary.
I still think she's going to be played highly.
Yep.
Yeah, she's still really good.
Her
She's
and a
still
ring of
really
TK
good.
guy. That's all. That's her best friend who got a ring of TK for free because now she has TK in Perplex. That's all that matters.
Yeah, sidestep TK.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yep.
But yeah, all right. So moving on, and then we're down to our bands. Halt Mutant, Crimson Bands at Krytalk. As I said, I've been out of it. I haven't had experience playing against these. Can you guys share?
Yeah. So Halt Mutant makes sense because I think when they created this card that said, "Hey, you cannot move inside of the bubble if you have a special power," in essence, is what it was.
Yeah.
I'm dumbing it down. Um, was cool. Like it was like cool. I'm going to give myself protective bubble. The problem is when someone turned the protective bubble into an offensive bubble where now I can lock you in your own starting zone, right?
Yep.
So that was the issue there, and it was a lot easier to just get rid of the card than to errata the card. My problem is with the Bands of Sidorak because this easily could have been errated to opposing characters only, right?
Sure.
Because
That's what they've been doing,
Mhm.
right?
right? That they did that with 4 other figures, right? This easily could have just been like, hey, target an opposing character, do X, Y, and Z, right? Because the problem with this card was that it was pretty much giving a single character second turn immunity, right?
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes. And it's unfortunate that I heard someone else say this, and I'm going to repeat it because it was a really good explanation, that Crimson Band of Sidorak is a primary spell for Doctor Strange, and you just ban the card. So it's a little hard on the cinematic people that want to play one of his cool spells.
True. Like I said, I get that what people were sending out the Sentinel, right? Locking you down,
Yes.
saying you can't do anything, and that was gives them the turn to move out and do some stuff. So,
Yep.
like you said, if it was opposing, I get it. I'm not, like I said, I haven't really played against it because I've been out of it. That may have been an easy fix, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. But it definitely diminishes Nico Manura, which is unfortunate.
Because you only can play 2 now. And then
Well, there's more than 3 spells
No, I know,
available.
but the two, everyone was playing the exact same 3, and now you either have to, what is it?
You
Lock
need
them
an
down with the
offensive one
frozen
now.
one, give them tokens, or the fire smoke terrain, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I mean,
ones in
Nico's
there.
still really strong. She provides so much value.
She is, but now you don't make a 250 team anymore and put her on and give yourself
Yeah.
expanded sideline.
I
No,
mean,
think Nico with barrier,
There's
and
still
then
some
you
really
got
good
the
pieces that could
Copycat,
benefit
we're
from
cooking.
the mystical keyword
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mystical's always a strong keyword.
Yep. Always
All
one of
right.
the best in the metagame.
Well, that'll conclude our section on banned stuff. What do you guys think? Any other wrap ups on that?
I think my little piece is just like, hey, WizKids, I love the fact that you guys are being more proactive. Awesome. Right? We've been wanting that for years. I'm glad that you guys don't care what other people think and it's your game and you're like, this is the way I want my game to play. Keep going that way. But, if you guys are making choices just because something's in a warehouse, I would say then that kind of goes against what you're doing, right? People know that you're out there trying to make the game better. And if you're just doing it because something's sitting in a warehouse and we want to try and sell it, make the call. Do you care more about your game or do you care more about selling something? And if you do, hey man, it's your choice, man. I'm not going to think any less of you. I'm already ride or die.
Fair. Hey, we're all here to make some money. Money makes the world go around.
You know it.
If they went out of business, we wouldn't have HeroClix, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'd be
that's true.
we'd be 3 old men and a weirdo with a nose job needed.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out
Which actually,
what we're gonna do with ourselves.
There's if we have time later, there's a tangent I want to touch on that about making money and stuff. Because somebody made a comment on one of the Facebook pages that I thought was interesting. But if we have time, I'll touch on it. You guys remind me later.
We'll try to.
We'll move on to the strength of schedule.
Sin.
Another big change. I know that this is something I've been talking about for how long have I been doing a podcast? Almost 10 years. Like back in my days of my other podcasts, strength of schedule has always been what we considered a better option to do the tournament format. All the other major tournaments do it. It's not a new idea. No one's reinventing the wheel here. This is a much healthier way to run a tournament, I feel. People are always like, oh, what do people do this? What do people do that? Like, at the end of the day, everyone's competing. Everyone should be playing to win. So thoughts on that? Clay, I know you did an update on HC units on what exactly strength of schedule is. You guys just want to dig into it?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the main change here is that instead of, tracking total points that you have scored across all your matches and using that as the main tiebreaker after your wins, at the number of wins that you have, it's now changed so that is no longer a factor, and it is instead using your opponent's win percentage followed by your opponent's win percentage. In other words, like how highly you rank depends on how
well your opponents did.
How well your opponents did. But another way of wording that is you do better if you played stronger opponents.
Correct.
Which I think makes sense. And as you know, Jeff, you said this is what almost every other TCG out there uses. I think one of the main reasons we didn't use it as a community, I dug into this a little bit when I was actually building HC units because people had mentioned this to me, and there was a very lively discussion dating back to like the early aughts, in the early days of Heroclids, like what should we do? And I think I suspect that the community really settled on using score because it's a much easier thing to calculate than strength of schedule. And now, you know what? It's 20 some years later. We have technology, a system that does this automatically for us. It's time to move technology forward. And I think it's very timely because it helps address some, all these, there's been a lot of discussion around like cheating and collusion.
Yep.
And it is much harder to game a system, around the points that you scored, that is no longer relevant, and instead, really what you should be doing is cheering for the people who you played to do well, so that you will go up in the ranks. And I think that is actually a healthy change.
No. So this is the second big change to victory points, tournament stuff like that. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? Since I've been playing Heroclix, the first time is because you remember you could score 1,000 points a game. You guys remember those days?
Yep.
Unimind days. So that's the same thing. They adjust and change it because the collusion, the cheating. That's why they originally changed from you could get as many points as you could get to the 300 max.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, oh, I lost, but I got 500 points, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to add on top of what you're saying, Jeff, if you're done.
Sure.
I love the idea that we're switching over to strength of schedule. I was a card game player at the same time as being Heroclix when it first came out. Used to it, no problem. But the problem with Heroclix uniquely is twofold. One, and hopefully they have some sort of thought to protect against this. Number one, the one thing that I loved about the score point compared to strength of schedule is that you work in control of your own fate, right? Which is a problem with strength of schedule, because hey, you know what? My opponent, he plays all the little kids and wins, and all the little kids don't do that great, and now I'm hosed, and I didn't have any interaction there, right? That's an unfortunate part of it. Which, is there a way of fixing that? I don't know. Do we care about that? Maybe. Don't know, right? The other catch that's hard with strength of schedule that I never liked was, I'll be honest, I did this last Worlds. I wasn't planning on playing in World Champions last year, but WizKids made it so juicy to play in that event because they gave away not one, not two, but 3 Con-LEs for just paying to play. I played in the first round and I dropped, and I decided to do more battle royales. If we were using this program, the guy who beat me would have been hosed for the rest of the event.
If you won your first game,
yep,
and then you dropped, they're actually great because your opponents, or your win percentage is 100%.
Yep.
So they're actually not hosed.
Tiebreakers.
They're great,
isn't it? Because didn't you say that it only? Are you saying that it only cares if you lose? So if I won and said, you know what, I don't want to play anymore, and I drop, I just hosed that guy, right?
Well,
No.
but there's a minimum of 30% that he scores for the weight for his whole average.
Okay.
But so I wouldn't say it's getting screwed, but
that's why I used the word hosed. I didn't use the word screwed.
The two things that I actually think of, and I'm surprised that like you didn't mention these, so I have a different set of weaknesses.
Sure.
I think that scoring points encourages more aggressive gameplay. And I think that is positive for the game, right? We don't want two teams turtling. We have I guess we have a safeguard there, the 0-0 double loss rule. But, winning with as little points as possible is back on the table. Yeah. And then,
I think you seem happy about that.
I've become a more aggressive player, right? But, the other thing too is I think that to some degree simplicity and precedent do actually matter, and we have been playing this for 20 some years, and so all of a sudden if somebody comes back and they haven't read this because they don't they're not a HeroClix news junkie like we are, they're gonna be like, what the hell is this change? What the hell is strength of schedule? I've never heard of this before. Why are we not using points? What is going on? It's a big change. It's not easy to calculate, and so you kind of just are taking it on faith that this calculation's right, because you're not going to go do it yourself.
Sure.
So.
And you know what? I am all for trying new things. I think we are in an era where we need to do something, right? Yeah. And if it means let's do strength of schedule this year, it gets weird, it gets wacky, we work out the kinks and we find something better, great, right? All I ask is hey, let's try and contemplate the problems, and if I'm gonna quote my boss, if you can predict something, you can hopefully prevent it, right?
Yep.
So do you feel this is going to promote turtling then and just getting the minimum points?
I would not be surprised if somebody out there creates a team that has several guys that say if you're within X of a starting area, you lose stuff. Because I'll be honest, I have been working on one. That though it is not my play style, I like to kind of create the things that I think we're going to face and try and figure out a way of solving that problem before it becomes a problem. And I already know that there are several figures that do things like that.
Okay.
I think that it does change the dynamics around point denial strategies and OMAs or tent poles, right?
Null plus Clintar.
Yeah, and so now honestly, it's kind of nice you're not punished as much if you fight one of these teams and lose, because you couldn't score any points. It's either all or nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's actually nice. The other thing that they kind of put in the language is that they seem interested in as a game design team to explore alternate win conditions, and I think what they ran into, we saw this with mission points, is that he had to figure out a way to translate mission points into score for the purposes of ranking within a tournament. And now they don't necessarily need to do that anymore. They can explore alternate win conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they'll be better than mission points. But
revisit mission
I'm curious
points
to see what they come up with.
But even with all the old cards, it wouldn't work. You have to work backwards. Yeah. But
Yep.
I've always, Brandon sees some of the teams that I build. I like to play quirky, weird things that when they work, right? So I'm okay with that. All right, so we'll see how the strength of schedule goes. Like I said, they're not reinventing the wheel here. They're just doing what everyone else does. It's not necessarily a bad thing, friends. So you just want to remember to beat winners and not lose to losers.
It's just keep winning.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, you want to beat, what did I say, Brandon? I was like, you want to beat winners, not losers.
Yeah. It does not matter. Correct.
All right. Rules enforcement.
You're guaranteed time.
Rules enforcement. I've typically never seen them talk about rules enforcement so much. I know something happened in the community, but it's good for them to actually bring it up and talk about it, because there's not really been language about it before. I know like other games have crazy tournament structure with if you catch cheating, what do you do? If someone has a misrepresented card in their deck, what do you do? Like there's judge programs for other like for the games for like other TCGs that have ethics, have crazy different levels of knowledge the judge is supposed to know and how to deal with. So I'm glad that they're slowly getting towards that mark of bringing their gaming level up of officialness of rules and stuff like that. So unfortunately situations had to happen for them to do that, but sometimes things don't change until there's a reaction.
I think this is a great thing for them to do here is to like they see that their game is becoming more, we'll call it professional or competitive.
Yeah.
The problem that I foresee in this is what do you do in an event like Worlds, where let's be honest, they're increasing their level of like restriction and like sticking to the letter of the law of the rules makes sense for when you play like top 32, but doesn't make sense when your world is open and you have like an 8-year-old in play, and then some adult is going to call them out on something, and they're going to be like, no, I want them DQ'd because that's what would happen because they broke the rules. And I know you're going to try and tell me that there's people out there that won't do that, but we all know those people exist, and they spent money just like you did to go down to Memphis to do it, and I bet you there'll be someone that does that, right? It's you're setting yourself up for a problem here when you have an open worlds format, when there's older people that just want to play or that just want to play.
What does WizKids say on the package for their game? Not 8. It's like
it's 14 and up, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
14-year-olds
are not.
Honestly,
14-year-olds are not adults.
No, but you said 8-year-old. If an 8-year-old messes up, that's on the parent. So the parent set the child up for failure.
Oh man! So you're telling
me
that
it's okay
the
age is irrelevant. Look, I mean, we all, like many people are traveling and paying a lot of money to go to these tournaments.
Yep.
And it's actually a very difficult thing because I mean, I remember the days where it was like, oh, you had a typo on your build sheet, disqualified. Correct. Like, and then it was even more egregious than that. It was like, oh, well, anybody who's checked your build sheet, they're also disqualified. Like they didn't catch it. I mean, this was so heavy-handed. It was so far off in the other direction. I think that and because if you DQ somebody, that person may never play HeroClix ever again. And as a community, I don't think we necessarily want to. We need to be careful about like who we exile from our community. Yep. I agree that like it sucks to be on the other end of that. I have been on the other end of that, but you need to. But I think there are shades of gray here, and there is some nuance that needs to be interpreted by the judges. And maybe what this is doing is providing WizKids the mechanism for dealing with it as appropriate when needed.
Sure, but I would say a DQ and an exile are two different things. Those aren't hand in hand.
I also think every case is very case-to-case basis. Not every case is going to be the same on if someone's cheating. Like someone may like do something unintentionally. Like intentionally cheating versus like accidentally cheating are two completely different things that also need to be taken at different regards.
Correct.
And like different situations happen in different games. Sometimes both players will forget a rule, and then like some people will try to backtrack, be like, "Hey, you cheated," but like you didn't get caught. And like if no one catches it, then like, at that point, like the game can't be rewind. And it's
100%. Both players are responsible for the game state, right?
Exactly. So it just depends on what kind of an infraction it is and how severe. And I think it depends on judges can confer and decide on a ruling.
And I think that's a great point, Brandon, because it suggests that to be able to be a judge, then you need to have some formal version of training so that you then can traverse these issues instead of just people off the street, right? Or just someone that's been playing for a while. Because I'll tell you, like, I have a real concern, and this is just my, this is my opinion here, right? At the end of the day, we're playing with little plastic toys, right? And playing a board game that's fun and awesome. We're all here to have a good time. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of different personalities, and they don't always match. And I'll tell you, man, if I'll go with the number on the box. If you decide to get in my 14-year-old's face because he made a mistake genuinely, I don't know what I would do to you if someone said like, started screaming in their face because that's what they want, because that's what the letter of the law says. Just saying we are opening ourselves to a sticky wicket here.
I don't feel anyone should be screaming. Like that's
But
not
we all
what
know
a
it's
judge should
happened.
be doing.
We all know it's happened. I'm not saying a
I-
judge is screaming. I'm saying the opponent is demanding a certain thing.
No one should be screaming. Like,
Yeah.
It's if you're playing at a world championship, this is a professional event. Like, you should be at the utmost standard for competing.
Yep.
Like, I get it at your local store. If, you're we're going back and forth, we're having a good time. But if you're at a world championship, you should have a higher level of standards.
Yep.
And I'm not saying, he forgot to roll a shape change, DQ'd. Like, that's extreme.
No, yeah.
But if you're having conversations with your opponents to agree on certain things,
oh yeah,
then that's another story, right? That's
Correct.
I think where they're talking about the DQ, right?
Yes.
Like, if you're just, I forgot to roll shape change, it's not going to be a DQ. You're not going to get rid of an 8-year-old for the tournament for that.
Correct.
Or whatever, right? It's the level of severity and the intent of what's trying to transpire here, right?
Correct.
I wanted to miss my shape change. I didn't want to roll shape change because I wanted to make sure I got hit to the stop click, right? That's then again, at the same time, that's a level of intent. So you have to look at each situation, like Brandon said, and assess it appropriately. But I'm glad they're
doing something about it.
Yes, it's good timing. All right. Map menu. This is old news to me. Like, I've been working with restricted map lists for years, running events, so it's old news. Like, it's I think the big one excuse me, that people are upset about is the leanness of the map list.
Where are all my ROC maps that I paid for?
Personal opinion. If you play in a Silver Age event and you win a Silver Age map, you can play it in Silver.
Not be modern legal.
It doesn't make sense that it translates to modern, and I get the community threw enough of fit that they started throwing modern events, but it's a Silver Age.
But what about my H4H maps that are charity that WizKids sponsors?
I don't know about all that stuff.
Yeah, see, this is the problem, right? Like, hey man, I'm all for it. Like, I didn't get to buy the new map this year, so I'm not out several $100s, right? But I could feel for those people out there that are like, hey, I got this and now I can't play it. Like, I thought this was legal. Why was it legal yesterday and now it's not, right? I'm just saying.
But it's also like tournament to tournament basis, right? So not every tournament necessarily will have the same map menu.
Which is awesome.
Maybe for Worlds, rock maps will be allowed, right?
They really couldn't just call it a map list.
Correct.
They just couldn't call it a map list, like, really.
They had to be fancy.
Like, really?
Yeah.
It's a map list, guys.
But also, I think, to counterpoint what I just said, having it change from event to event is really annoying.
That is true.
Like, you have to look at every event to make sure, like, what maps are legal. Like, we could be playing for a year without rock maps, and then all of a sudden, rock maps are legal for an event. You're like, oh shoot, I have to prepare for all the rock maps, and I haven't played them in a year.
Yep.
Even outside,
they could do that, which I think would be weird, but they could do that, and I think
even if they're changing maps to maps from event to event, right? That changes the teams that potentially could be played, right?
Yep.
If you have a shell team and there's not a map that leans towards you shelling up, it's all outdoor open maps. You're like, what am I gonna do? Okay.
But here's the weird part: is the ownership of telling what the legal map menu is going to be on WizKids and the tournament organizers to give at least enough time so that you can make a team that's appropriate for their map menu, right? Because I know a lot of people like to build their team around their map availability, right? Like you're just
100%.
suggesting. And what's the appropriate amount of time that I should give? Like, when is Origins? The end of this month?
Yeah.
I think it's 2 weeks away.
Okay.
So I think they gave 3 weeks warning.
2.5.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say it's 3 weeks because they posted this a little later a couple days ago. So we'll say, okay, 3 weeks. Is 3 weeks enough to acquire what you need to do? Because I know there was always the argument that our south of the border friends don't always have as much time to acquire the pieces that they'd like to play for their teams. because of availability problems or eBay and shipping and stuff like that. Well, now you just put a 3-week window on every team they want to play, or you're forcing them to buy everything to make sure that they have it available.
I mean, yeah. But also, that's also the same thing for international, because a lot of international players come and play Worlds. So, like, again, if they post the map menu for Worlds 3 weeks in advance, will people have enough time to get everything? But also at the same time, a lot of the pieces that are in the meta right now are still going to be in the meta. So if you already have those pieces, or someone else that has those pieces and you could practice against them, like, those pieces are still going to be played. Null is still going to be played. Rogue Prime is still going to be played. These pieces are still going to be played, no matter what the map menu looks like. They're just so good.
Completely reinvent the wheel.
No.
Yeah.
I think the best way of saying it is, for our non-American friends, it's going to be a hassle or pain in the butt, depending on which words you like. And it's a little unnecessary, but if we make it so that maps are a little bit more available and easier to get, because I know sometimes the hardest ones to get are like the release day kit map.
So they left all those off, didn't they? There was no LE maps. Right?
No, they're in there, man.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's way easier to get these maps than it is the rock maps.
Definitely.
100%.
It did make it easier. It just did not make it completely easy. I think that's
my main complaint is that, like, the maps that they have are very wide open. There's not a lot of good defensive options. If you go second, you're kind of in a tough spot. And so I'm curious how it's going to change the meta for the event. I think it absolutely will. But that's a good segue into the next topic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So all these changes, how do you think it's going to affect the meta moving forward? Like you said, Clay said all these maps are wide open, right? So we're just going to see theme teams now.
That's what it seems like to me. Theme teams and strong alphas.
Yeah,
there's really only one good, somewhat defensive map, and that's the X Mansion. That's really the only option you have on the list.
X Mansion's funky too.
It is.
I like Big Belly Burger, to be honest, because you could be a little defensive of that. It's got a decent amount of brown in there, but it's still a little open if you like it.
Pretty wide open, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I will definitely say, for when it comes to the meta, you don't have any more setup teams. Right, those teams that go like, "Hey, I'm going to put this guy 8 squares out, and I'm going to make it immune." Right, those don't exist anymore.
Okay.
Right, because you don't have any of the cards that prevent attacking. You now just have cards that either avoid attacking if you have certain powers, or increase reduction. Right, or if you do X or more, it reduces to 1. Right, but you're giving up points for those now, which is fine, cool.
Which against Null sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, he doesn't care, guy. He's just gonna keep swinging, right? That's what that guy does. I think the key thing that's gonna happen with the meta is you're still gonna see Rogue. I don't think you see Hydra as much anymore.
Why not?
Because he was reliant on a
Hydra's
couple
really,
cards.
really good still.
Hydra's still really good.
I think he
Hydra's
dips
amazing.
a smidge. I think he dips. I don't think he's number 2 anymore. I think he's like number 4 now, right?
What did he lose?
I think Hydra got better.
What did he lose?
Hydra's insane right now. That piece looks incredible.
He was the one that you wanted to move out and actually ban so that you could attack the following turn. Because
the only thing that changed is they
survive.
You could basically put an elevated marker under him, and then you could rotate it, and it was ruled some previous events that was causing falling damage.
Okay.
And so now there was a recent update on the win to clarify that no, you have to completely move the elevated marker out from underneath him to cause falling damage. But honestly, it's not really that much of a nerf. It's like,
that's why I said 2 to 4, man. He's still in the top 5. All right.
Yeah, I don't. He is very hard to kill, and the nerfs to all these other guys make him stronger in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was
that
saying.
would be, I'd say, your fair argument right there. I think that's your fair argument. I think you're.
I think the other big thing. Sorry, why I really why I think Hydra's really good is because Past Avengers is an extremely strong team at the moment, and he fits on it very, very nicely. It's probably actually Rogue's weakest point is that she does not theme well with the stuff that makes her great. in the same way.
That's true.
And so I think, and given what we just said about the maps, I think that's why Hydra is still a top tier option.
Okay.
Hard to kill.
Fair
Like he's
point,
not going
fair
down
point.
quick. He's
No,
got so much survivability.
So
Yeah.
much.
Um,
So many good one shots for him too.
Anything else that's standing out in the meta? Like I said,
I think the other
Copycat's probably
thing that
going
seems
to keep up
there's
there.
there's two other like things that really stand out that I think are worth thinking about, which is the first is speedsters.
Yep.
Black Flash
Flash.
is very, very good.
The piece is
Um,
insane.
I'm going to take it to three. I'm going to say three things. As kind of a core, maybe the second one is a corollary to the first, which is Bloodstone with speedsters is very, very good. And Bloodstone by itself, even without speedsters, because of the existence of Null, may be a must play at this point.
And
Null
Hydra.
And Hydra, yeah.
Yeah. There's so, and even like Phoenix Force Thor, there's just so much healing in the game right now.
Yep.
Mhm.
Bloodstone feels like a must play. The third thing is Eternity. Man, there's some really crazy Eternity stuff we're seeing. I don't know if you just saw, but Nick Madison played a team with like Apocalypse abusing Eternity. Was that your idea? Or I don't know. Okay, so in fact, Isaac played it this past weekend and just rolled everybody out at Highlander Games, playing a very, very similar team. It's a very clever way of abusing Eternity. And
you're all welcome from
kudos
from the Las Vegas crew, from Roland and I.
Yeah. I think there's just Eternity is becoming a more and more popular piece because of all the keyword sheets, and Speedster makes it even better.
And people keep trying to say that he's broken and he needs to be banned or ratted, and I don't think that's the case with him.
What do you guys think of Anti-Venom, the legacy card?
He is a prime candidate for practice teamwork. You're going to get one swing and then he going to die.
I like Scott Crampton had the best way of saying it. It is the best possible power on the worst possible piece.
That is a good answer.
Yeah.
That's very accurate. Yeah, no, a very good power, very bad dial.
Yeah. Did I pick up one of those legacy cards? Yes, I did, because God forbid something happens in the future and you want him.
I think I pulled like 3.
Yeah. Venom has not a very big number of legacy cards.
No,
you probably have it somewhere.
And the majority of them aren't that great, to be honest.
No, I think that's the only one that's like even playable.
I like Sheik and Demo Goblin because they are a good combo together. If you read it, and you'll understand why. That's how you get rid of defensive powers. It's a lot more consistent, because making sure that everyone has Battle Fury, and then you hit them and they can't take tokens because they have Battle Fury, they lose their defensive powers. The better combo that route.
That's a lot more
2
points.
figures on instead of 1. It is, but it's more consistent.
That's fair.
I was gonna say the one other one that we've been playing around with that's really cool is you kind of mentioned it with Speedsters, but we're doing something with Sandman and Eternity right now, because Eternity says that he has all the keywords. Sandman says if you do damage, it can't be reduced below his damage value. If you can give poison to Eternity somehow, it's pretty easy if you know how to do it with one of the 2 heralds. And then you put a red lantern named Atrocitus with him, he'll poison the whole board.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
It's expensive though to do it.
So after we get through this, Nationals coming up, we're not getting the next set until July 8th. I believe the date was just announced.
Yeah.
Yes.
New set seems cool. I'm always a fan of DC sets. However, WizKids did some funky stuff with this one and didn't really tell anyone about it until the past couple weeks when they started doing their videos. Because they were for pre-sale.
They actually did announce this at Worlds last year. They announced Vault boosters.
They did.
Okay, so I read the description on my pre-orders, and they didn't really push it until pre-orders were closed. Because I was watching, and then I was like, okay, my pre-orders are coming up. I was like, okay, because I got an email from my rep, make sure to get everything in. I'm like, I got my numbers in them, it should be fine. And then once it closed, they started pushing. They started pushing and doing all the videos and stuff. And I'm like, oh, interesting. These are really good. I'm like, I really hope I ordered enough.
Yeah.
Nope.
Do you guys know MSRP on that? On the what they are?
I think they're the
$40
same.
bucks.
This was
40?
40. 40 is MSRP.
Damn.
So it's about
How
the
does that
price
compare?
of 2 boosters.
How does that
So-
compare to
Little
a
under two
retail
boosters.
Chase booster?
Chase
I-
booster.
So Chase boosters
My
would be like
cost?
what, $25 for your
Or
cost?
I guess compare it your cost to your cost.
So all right. So Chase booster retails what 50? I want to say
Yeah.
air
I think
quotes.
so.
Yeah.
Air quotes because no one sells it for retail.
Correct.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, Chase boosters are part of this too, right? But retail's what $39.99. My discount's 40%, so I'm paying 23-ish, 24, somewhere around there. Well, yeah, like so their description on the website was you get 6 pre-painted miniatures, 2 terrain tokens, 1 one-shot, and a team-up card. There's a total of 8 vaults to collect. Players will experience a huge amount of variety in their HeroClix game. Like that's their advertisement.
How many vaults have we seen so far? Like 6?
Well, we just
7.
saw the I think we just saw the Batman one today.
Or call
on
it
Wiz-
6.5 because they don't have everything from that vault booster out. It doesn't show the
okay.
terrain markers. It doesn't show the one shot. It doesn't show the
Okay.
team up card.
So then
I will-
so you get the 6 minis, right? Is what they showed.
Is it 6 mini? It's you got. I thought it was 2 minis and a 1x2 in every one, and then you get some extra stuff depending on which one it is.
It says 6 pre-painted miniatures. I'm looking at the
I
solicit
think there
right
were
now.
6 because there was Batman, Batgirl, there were utility belt, bat cycle, smoke grenades or whatever, and then batarang.
So okay, so I don't like using the word mini then. It's
it's
because
a miniature, pre-painted miniature.
It is. So like that's how I have to remember it. Is that it's
That's why I didn't say figure.
correct?
It's a pre-painted miniature.
I'm trying to agree with you here, sir. Right.
So, there's apparently 8 different versions.
Yes. 'Cause
And
we
they
saw
come
the-
10 per brick is how they're described. So they're like sealed, they should come in 10, like a sealed 10.
I would assume so, but
No,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
think
letting you know. I'm telling you.
But
they're
are we
telling me.
buying them by the bricks or are we buying them by the individual booster?
They're selling it individually, but if you want a whole sealed case, it would be 10.
Yeah, so you got to buy 10
No,
bricks
you can buy one.
to get a 10 pack.
Are
No.
you limited in the number that you could have bought, Jeff?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
I
because
put in-
I'm pretty sure I saw.
So
in the
but you're
solicit
saying you would have
recently-
bought more had you known in more detail what was in there.
Absolutely.
Because I was pretty sure I just saw in a solicit that they said if you bought 1 brick, you had the opportunity to buy 1 booster, a vault booster.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought there was a
I'm pretty sure I
correlation
just
there,
saw
too.
that in the one today when they showed the Batman pieces, is that you got 1 vault booster per brick you bought.
Dude, I put this in. These were due. I put this in in March or February, but
Yes.
orders were due Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, and that's why I think the problem's going to be is that some people may be like, oh, well, I
It
put all
doesn't. It
this
says
in
nothing
here.
like that in my solicits.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but based on WizKid solicits, they say something different.
Well, then I can argue. But I ordered my same amount of bricks as the same amount of vault boosters. Like they always give me whatever I order. I never have an issue with HeroClix. I could order thousands and they'd give it to me.
Probably for the most part.
I don't want it because I'll tell you, doing all the other card games, doing everything else that I now do.
WizKids is the easiest. to
Rule
work
of thumb, I like to double my money, right? If I'm going to do business, if I'm going to conduct my time, I'm going to sell something, rule of thumb, I try and double my money. Like that's the mentality I've had. That's kind of what I've done the past year. HeroClix is not that.
with. Mhm.
HeroClix is extremely different than all the other TCGs, even like Magic, even Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Yu-Gi-Oh is a bad example. Yu-Gi-Oh is horrible. But
it is closer to Magic, because isn't Magic saying like a box of Magic is like you pay $95, but you can't sell it for 100, more than 100, because everyone else sells it for 100?
I sell boxes for like 150 all the time. I can get retail. But the thing that they're doing and that they're innovating with that I like, even Yu-Gi-Oh's innovating, right? They're having these, so they're called full art cards, and they're having serialized cards. So and it's in regular product, right? So in my opinion, what WizKids should do is, if you had a chase or something that had a special design, special paint, right? So an example would be
the black and white figures from
No. It would be like Blue Beetle, right? Just off the top of my head, Blue Beetle pops into my head. It'd be the regular chase would be him in his regular outfit, right? But the alternative chase would be like one in however many, like 100 cases, right? Whatever, doesn't matter. Would be him in alt art, right?
They did do this once. They have done this once. Besides the Joker's Wild and
no, they did it in the next phase chase boosters.
Yeah, it was the black and white figures, because they did some were color and some were black and white.
Clay gets it. Clay gets it. The next phase.
There's
chase
one
boosters.
in next phase.
And
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
But it was only in the chase boosters, right? It wasn't in the regular set. So if they had added figures like that, in my opinion, to the regular set, it would create more of a drive to buy more to get that special figure, right? Because that one special figure would drive a higher value because it's rare. And if somebody wants to play within their team, cool. If not, they just want to collect it and have that special figure there. Like incentives,
they did do the sketch variants, but they were instead of being more exciting, I feel like they were less exciting.
100%.
Yes,
no.
I actually like the sketch variants.
And they weren't really rare. It was just 50-50. It was equal, right? It wasn't.
You got one in every booster, I think. You got one. Or,
yeah, right.
Maybe one every other. Yeah.
I'm talking about like a rare chase that's one in every 50 cases or whatever that has an alternate art, or even a super rare that has alt art, that different paint, different sculpt that makes it's same dial, same everything, but just a different figure. That's WizKids exclusive. That's legal. I think
it's a good idea. They have started doing the foil cards in the foil one shots in the chase boosters.
Yes.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I love them.
Dude, they look so good. They look amazing.
It's amazing.
So maybe we'll see more of this.
Like I said,
I hope they
incentives, but in regular product, right? Because that's kind of where I feel that they're suffering and they're struggling. And we have time. So somebody I don't remember who it was, but I was reading this thing on one of the Facebook pages, and someone's like, "Oh my God, if WizKids can sell bricks for $60, you know that they can lower the price of HeroClix." Da 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 da. And I'm like, and I almost had an aneurysm, and I almost responded, and I don't do that on Facebook, so I didn't, and I pulled myself together and figured I'd talk about it here. If WizKids is selling something at $60, I guarantee you they're making their money back. Because of shipping, because of tariffs, because of import fees, manufacturing. $60 for a brick is probably what they're into it. They maybe are making $10 if I'm generous, right? If they're selling it for $60, because I know what my costs on those are. I know what my cost is. So if they're selling it for $60, they're making their money back. If they're right, your guys' thoughts. But the fact that someone thinks that they can sustainably keep a business practice at selling bricks at $60 is just
today's world. It doesn't work.
It just blows my mind, right?
Yeah,
that's an individual that doesn't understand how
business
works and all the little costs that add up. Correct.
Yeah, I was like, it's $60. I bought 6 bricks of Masters of Time because I didn't get it.
Finish it.
I bought 6 bricks of Masters of Time because I didn't get any. I was so happy, but I'm like my cost, if I was to order from the warehouse, I want to say is easy over $100. So I know markup from them selling to my distributor to me isn't like, they're not making much money, right? They're making their money back because they probably sell it to my distributor for $60, right? Yeah. So if they're selling directly from their warehouse, they're making their money back on what they spent on the product, making a few bucks. So,
this is a great idea.
It's what it is.
There was one idea that I heard that I thought was a cool idea. I don't know, and it wouldn't really require any money, which was, I think, somebody, I don't know who it was, nor do I really care who it was that I saw on Facebook that suggested this, was that to bring the price down of HeroClix was to, instead of selling it as 2 bricks per case, make it 4 and cut a brick in half.
Oh, I've heard that. I've been approached about this mini brick theory.
And it was a cool concept because it was the idea was giving the buyer more bang for their buck, right? Because I'll say one of the things I dislike in current HeroClix is that we only get 1 prime per case. On several occasions I've seen that happen where we still get 2 chases, which is awesome. So increasing the value per brick, I think, gives the person more money, but it doesn't cost the company anything just to cellophane more. I guess it costs an extra penny.
No, I'm going to tell you how because I guess other people who play HeroClix don't play other games apparently. Like I've just had my eyes open so much this past year. Games,
but
no, like dude, immediately I think of booster bundles. I think of like ETBs, bundles from Magic, right? You get a few boosters and then you get a couple promo figures in there. So yeah, WizKids could do something like that. They could do like a little 4-pack booster with a promo figure in it, right? And the odds are different than regular booster brick, a little cheaper, sure, but close to MSRP, right? That's where we're at. But it's going to they're going to have to innovate. They're going to have to get creative. Their business model, I feel, for the current market of other games that are doing similar things, not exact, is a little stale. They have to innovate. They're gonna have to push. Like HeroClix is so niche.
Yeah. They've been sitting on the same thing for 20 years.
No, so like
anyway.
I used to be really into comics. I don't really do it anymore. But I have 2 friends that own comic stores. Like I'm in a comic store, and then I'm good friends with another one. And their biggest IPs are Marvel and DC. And if you open a comic book, do you ever see a HeroClix ad?
Nope.
Like
I buy back issues from circa 2002. I do.
Yes.
They did used to advertise.
No, I know. But then tell me how hot was the game back then? It blew up real quick, right?
Yeah,
it did. Yeah.
It did, right?
Marketing though increases your budget though.
I get it. Sure. But it's Marvel also. Like, would Marvel benefit from it, right? If you got to have discussions and be like, hey, we could sell more product if you do this. Can we work out a deal? Like, they want to make more money. I'm pretty sure Marvel wants to make more money, right? They could probably come to a deal. DC, I get it. They're hard to work with. I've heard it for years. Stick in the mud. Yep. Probably get 1 set a year, but
maybe you go the social media route then. Like, maybe that's the easiest one. Like, hey, I know I can't get in your books. I know I can't get on the back of your books. Maybe you can push my stuff social media wise. We do have a contract with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When are we getting Absolute Batman stuff? Because that is so hot. Absolute is so hot.
This set.
We're getting Absolute Batman.
There's at least a chase. So
there's at least Absolute Batman. The rest of
the funny thing is we know a lot of these vault boosters. We know almost nothing about the main set.
That's the weird part.
That's what I was saying.
That's the weird part.
I heard Scott did record though. I would imagine that comes out in a week or 2.
I would bet end of next week. Next week.
Well, he usually does it like it starts on Mondays, right? Because it's like 1 day a week, so Monday through Friday.
It's usually like 2 weeks.
I would say next week
before the set comes out. So maybe
I would say either 8th or 15th. Yeah, because pre-release should start the 24th.
Yeah, I'll bet the 15th because it's before the pre-release.
Brandon, we're going to be wrapped up with League.
I know,
before new set drops.
First time in like 3 years.
Dude, they've been jamming sets down our throat. Like, so I typically run an 8 to 9 week league with finals, so it comes out to 9 or 10, right?
Yeah.
And it's been so long since we finished the league before a new set has dropped. Like, I've had to finish league and then a new set's dropped. Like, it's been rough. And I don't
start. It was a very long time between Strange Tales and Venom because Strange Tales came out early. But you had all the holidays.
Yeah.
The holidays messed us up. That's what it was.
The holidays did mess us up a lot.
Because we had to because all the holidays were on like
over
Wednesdays.
The winter.
So we had to take off a bunch of Wednesdays.
Because like Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve on Wednesday.
Didn't I push them to Tuesday or something those times?
No, I think we were pretty sure we just skipped.
But there's also no new set coming after Batman until what? October?
D&D.
D&D, right?
Thunderbolts?
No, that's what I'm saying is like, isn't it like D&D or like D&D or Thunderbolts is like October? So you're going to get like a good 4 months, man.
No.
3-4 months.
D&D pre-orders have closed, and I can't add anything else. I'm pretty sure those are going to come quicker than you think.
Okay.
I'm excited
Fair
for
enough.
D&D though. Like they
D&D is going to be hot.
I
It's
think that'll be
did
the
that.
hottest set.
what do you think about the
that dragon
D&D
and
IP coming to
excited.
HeroClix, Clay?
I think it's
Well,
great.
more
I love
coming
what
into
they've done with the
HeroClix.
iconics. I think it seems like it will fit in well with the the dial system. Very excited about. I'm really excited about what they're doing with D&D. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out. Probably sometime around Worlds.
The only thing I've played from the D&D stuff is the equipment. I don't know. Beholder on sideline.
Yeah, Beholder on sideline for soft.
So
I'm really excited because I'm personally a big fan of like dragons as a mythology, and when they released the I think it was Young Red Dragon or Mature Red Dragon preview, he had a dragon keyword. Yes.
Clay, do you have an extra one?
He has a dragon keyword, and I'm so excited to play dragon theme team. I'm just gonna have so much fun, just like on a random Saturday playing a dragon theme team. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for that.
That's cool. I think the nice thing about D&D coming to HeroClix is the fact that WizKids already had all the models from their unpainted stuff. So just I don't know what the licensing agreement is. It's just like, hey, can I use the models that I made for these and put them on our HeroClix and then sell them that way? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Why would D&D say no? Are they allergic to money?
I don't think they would, but I think that's one of the best business and marketing things they've done in years for this. It's like they already exist. Why not use them? Right?
No,
the best thing is you do a Dritz Duerden as a chase. Oh my God, people are gonna hunt that thing down.
Give me a Tiamat. Right?
A 6x3 Tiamat.
When are we getting Venom Galactus? I want him.
Origins or Worlds?
Is he buyable? Clay, do you have one already?
I think he's gonna be a buyable.
I don't have one. I'm trying to say, did they show what the Bibles are at World or at Origins?
I do not believe they've announced it yet. No.
They just said debuting for sale HeroClix promos, whatever that means. Yeah, so
very well could be Venom Galactus.
I always thought Galactus was going to be like the summer OP event thing.
Right? Bro, they couldn't run a summer OP to save their life.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they did it again.
Like they failed so hard with the Royal Flush Gang. They failed so hard with the Exoswords because that went on for an eternity. They haven't run a successful summer OP the whole time I've been playing HeroClix.
I believe it is something that they are thinking about, and they have somebody at WizKids who is working on.
Is that Ian?
Is that new Ian?
Because big congrats to Ian for getting a job at WizKids.
Yeah. It's not Ian. Ian has taken what was Ryan Opalk's role before he had left. So.
I'm happy to see a player get in to the work of WizKids and get into the inner office. I know we've had players join the ranks before, and it seemed promising, and then it kind of ended up not working out for them because I think they transitioned and did something else. But I hope it works out for Ian, and if he can do half of what Ryan did, we'll be kicking, doing great.
And I feel like Ryan, he kind of knows where people need things, and I think he knows what people want things. And as long as he reaches out to some of the people that Ryan was already talking to, like, see what you can do, man. Right? I've always said the West Coast is a completely untapped market.
Nobody gives us love over here, bro. No one gives us Newmark sends me kits, which is cool. I appreciate it.
CCOs.
But
I mean, Vegas is a very easy hub to get to. Come talk to me.
Ryan did a fantastic job. I've known Ian for years now, and Ian is extremely enthusiastic. I don't think we could have ended up with a better person than Ian. And so, I'm extremely excited for both of them, both Ryan and Ian. So.
What's Ryan doing now?
He's been working a new job. I don't. I'll let you ask
he's happy.
Ryan instead of.
No, I'm just because like you said, he's taking over Ryan's job. I'm like, okay, what's Ryan doing now?
Yeah, Ryan started a new job, so cool. he's not at WizKids. He's not doing gaming stuff at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
All
for him.
the best to him then.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
So that's why he said he wants to play in WizKids and HeroClix events because he's
so that's great. So
he's
Ryan,
about that life.
So Ryan is now he is still super excited about hanging out with the community. And now
awesome.
he's still coming to Origins, and he was at H4H, and so he's now part of the traveling Heroclix circus.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad he found a new people.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Me too.
Come join our clown cars.
Yeah. Other than that, New York Comic Con is going on the same week as Worlds, which is cool. Because I know for sure I'm not going to have work that weekend.
Oh yeah, because you're not driving to New York.
No. Well,
So
no,
are you
because
going to go to Worlds?
I'm going to go to Worlds, but my partner who I do shows with, it goes to New York Comic Con. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go have some fun myself this weekend.
Are you saying that Nicholas and I should drop Andrew and take you onto our team because he didn't show up tonight?
You do whatever you feels best.
I love you, Andrew.
Make a team. Jeff and I are currently LF1, so
you guys did fantastic.
I just have to figure out where I'm staying.
Yep. Why?
They haven't opened up hotels yet, right?
No. Do you want to stay with me, Jeff? Because I have an open slot in my room because no one's staying with me currently.
Well,
hey,
Clay,
that's my room, buddy,
Clay.
Patrick. That's my room, buddy, Patrick.
I would say me and Clay always stay together. God, why are you guys trying to steal me from
stay with
Clay?
Patrick, then.
Fuck, make it awkward, guys. Look, what if I want to stay by myself? I want to walk around naked.
No, you don't.
You know you want to hang out with me. You know it's always a good time, buddy.
I don't know, Brandon. I make a lot more money now. Might be okay.
Hey, man, help a brother out, all right? I don't.
Hey, as long as we all get to keep hanging out
see.
together and the entire weekend like we should have last year, which we didn't, and you know who I'm pointing at right now, right? Yeah, that guy.
Clay? What are you talking about, Mr. Popular over there that got
Mr.
pulled
Popular
1,700 different directions?
Decided to not hang out with his friends. Right?
I have a lot of friends.
He's too big for us, Patrick. He moved on, all right?
Patrick, if all of a sudden you became the most popular person in your community, you would understand. I get it.
Wouldn't. I don't ditch my friends like that. I know where I started. My roots are important.
No, I got no shade on Clay. He was having the time of his life. I love it. I didn't even go last year.
I have an important role within the 4 Points Club as their water boy, right? Like I am their intern. It is very important to give Isaac, Ed, Scott, and Matt water whenever they need it while they're playing serious tournaments.
Hey, how about I give you that water with a little bit of extra something in there for you?
All right. Well, on that note, until next time, friends, don't forget to practice rolling your dice.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.